Bottom of the fourth inning, Will Newsom leading off, the leadoff kicker for the Best Coast Ballers, who chose to forego an attempt at a two-out rally in the third so that they could start this inning with the top of their order. They were able to score in the first on this formidable defense. Can they do it again? Ball one from Wilner.
Yeah, we'll see if the gambit of having Podbelski wander around the infield for 10 minutes pays off. All depends on whether Mayor Twinkletoes here can get on base.
Well, to go through the trouble to get Newsom leading off, they have to figure it's close to a sure thing as they have in their repertoire. 1-2 pitch. Newsom swats it down the third base line. Juhas charging. He throws. Newsom beats it by a step. Safe at first.
And there's that sure thing they were looking for, because he even goes up high to get that ball. It's a chance he could have gotten a ball call besides of that last bounce, but he lifts up his leg and tags it, so to speak.
Now can they capitalize on that good start and tighten the gap and score? Ball one pitcher to the other. Lanahan with a successful sac bunt in his first at kick. No doubt he'd like to get on himself this time, down 2 runs. Lanahan bunts it right to Castillo, but he's got to work fast. And he does, bouncing it to Rivera as Newsom moves to second. Lanahan's second sack of the game. Now, it looked like Castillejo may have fielded that within the kicking box, which would make it a foul ball. That may be what they're discussing here. But it appears the ball was forward of the kicking box before it was touched by the catcher, making it fair and playable. If you look at the shaded area in this diagram, that is considered fair territory.
And what we're looking for here is where the fielder, in this case the catcher, makes contact with the ball, where he touches the ball, as opposed to where the ball might bounce on the ground.
Yeah, fielding it in the kicking box is foul. Fielding it forward of the kicking box is considered fair territory. A rules learning moment for all the young kickballers in the audience.
And needing 2 runs here, with the game winding down, I wonder about pulling the trigger on the sacrifice just to get a runner to second. Sure, you have a runner in scoring position, but it's not been automatic that you've been able to convert those.
And they certainly are not testing the outfield much.
Yeah, surprisingly little of that, actually.
And
from both teams.
And with the second bounce rule in effect, it's not as though they can't lift one when they need to. I guess they figure it's a low percentage play against these experienced outfields. But Hanley in his first at kick had a single without advancing the runner, and it looks like that's just what he's going to do here. They're just going to babysit that ball. Let Hanley take first. And so far, this is a replay of how their first inning went. This is exactly their game plan. 2 on and 1 out to Chris Castillo. Nursing his hamstring, but still bravely going to take his second at kick in this crucial situation. In his first kick, Castillo hit into an MRO fielder's choice, standing for middle runner out. That's what we call it in the Kickball Scorekeepers and Statisticians Society. Look us up on Facebook.
I will, thanks.
Signifies that he advanced the lead runner in the process of what would still be considered a fielder's choice. He hopes to do at least that now, hopefully more.
That was a strike there, but the previous one was a ball, and now we're starting to see some players wait for that second bounce. Looks like they're trying to test the pitcher's ability to get that second bounce down before the plate.
Castillo tries to punch it through the left-hand side, but Juhas comes up with it, and he takes it to third well ahead of the lead runner, Newsom. Tough break for the Ballers. No doubt Castillo would rather have grounded to first base side and moved the runners, but he took his chances with a zero-altitude rocket to left, and instead Newsom is erased.
Now, Castillo is the player that was nominally being substituted for with the roster move.
Yeah, they wanted to give him a rest from catching duties, I guess, saving himself up for taking one last at kick. but reportedly his hamstring was the issue there. So that figure into his decision. Did he not want to try to beat a throw out? Couldn't say.
I don't know, but the fact that he's still kicking just increases the amount of mystery as to the roster manipulation from my end.
Still a chance here for Mike Salmon to do some damage. His first inning RKI being the baller's only run. Pat Hanley, the runner on second. Castillo at first, now representing the tying run. Now, if his hamstring were that injured, they could sub-run for him now at this point. Salmon takes to the right for Courtney Yan. She scoops it up and pegs Chris Castillo in the back as he runs by. Heads-up play by Yan there.
A confident play from a player who does not have very many years of experience.
Very slow. And the others have survived the top of the BCB order. No runs on 2 hits and a sack, 2 runners left on base.